Hello, my name is Maria Agurto, and I conducted a research on the perceptions of U.S. immigrants on U.S. immigration policy and how it affects them. I distributed a survey which had 9 questions to my target audience of people who had immigrated to the U.S. and received a total of 76 responses. The immigration status of the participants is as follows. 45 were naturalized U.S. citizens, 23 people have a green card, 2 are DACA status, 3 have no green card, and 3 preferred not to provide an answer regarding their immigration status. Regarding the questions of the survey, 43 of the 76 participants indicated that the U.S. immigration system requires major changes. 23 said that the system needs to be completely rebuilt, 4 said that it only requires minimal changes, and 0 said that it requires no changes. The majority of the participants who indicated they were naturalized U.S. citizens and people who have a green card also agreed that the U.S. immigration policy requires major change and needs to be completely rebuilt. When talking about how they rate the job the U.S. government is doing dealing with the increased number of children and families seeking asylum at the U.S. border with Mexico, 43 participants indicated that they feel that the U.S. is doing a very bad job. 30 said somewhat of a bad job, 3 said somewhat of a good job, and 0 said a very good job. The results of this question based on immigration status also shows that the majority of naturalized U.S. citizens and people who have a green card agree that the U.S. is doing a very bad job or somewhat of a bad job. For the final matrix question, I asked the participants what was their most important goal when it came to U.S. immigration policy. The top 3 policies identified as their very important goals were 1. Establishing a way for most immigrants currently in the country undocumented to stay here legally. 2. Allowing immigrants who came to this country undocumented as children to remain in the country. And 3. Making it easier for U.S. citizens or legal residents to sponsor a family member to immigrate to the United States. Naturalized U.S. citizens and people with a green card also agreed on the previously stated goals being their very important goals. The top 3 policies participants identified as their not at all important goals were increasing deportations of immigrants currently in the country undocumented, increasing security along the U.S.-Mexican border to reduce undocumented crossings, and establishing stricter policies to prevent people who enter the country legally from overstaying their visas. Naturalized U.S. citizens and people with a green card also agreed on the previously stated goals being their not at all important goals. Some shortcomings of my research is that I was unable to reach more undocumented immigrants. My data is heavily slanted from the point of view of legal immigrants, so we lose the point of view of undocumented immigrants. If I could do this again, I would make more of an effort to reach out undocumented immigrants to get their complete point of view, or maybe like a more full and balanced point of view on all sides of the immigration spectrum. Initially, my hypothesis was that the answers would be different depending on immigration status. And I had also mentioned that legal immigrants tend to be a little harsher on undocumented immigrants. But my research proved the opposite, as the majority of the participants ended being legal immigrants that mostly agreed on a more compassionate stand on undocumented immigration policy. Thank you.